Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives. Not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That's why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system, the human body, is always a healing system. It is always a regenerating system. It is always designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing and renewing and regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about nutrition or health or prescription drugs, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, if you've got a skin health challenge you want to deal with, or you have a friend who has a health issue, we're here for you on The Bright Side. We want to help you change your life. We want to help you change the lives of loved ones and friends and family members today. We welcome your calls. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let us show you how easy it can be, how simple it can be to restore your body back to its divinely mandated state of perfection and health. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about formulations, the longevity products, skincare products, ingredients, or if you just have a success story you'd like to share, or if you want to just contribute to the conversation, 844-236-6010 is our number today and every day on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear us advertised or recommend or suggest on the program, call 866-735-2470. That's the phone number for the Bright Side Ben phone team, 866-735-2470. Ask them about joining the team for a one-time $10 fee. You could start yourself a longevity business or earn thank you checks and help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. Of course, you can also get your products at the wholesale price, all for a one-time $10 fee. Call 866-735-2470 or head over to my website, brightsideben.com. You can sign up right off the website. You can purchase products right off the website. Likewise, at my blog, pharmacistben.com, and now my new blog with George Norrie, criticalhealthnews.com. Okay, we're talking skin health, but really in a way we're talking the health of the whole body, the skin being a symbol or an example that can be used to represent the nature of disease, the nature of illness and wellness in any system in the body. If you have a skin disease, folks, you got a body disease. The skin is not isolated from the body. So if we have a skin problem, we got a physical body problem. Just like if you have a nerve problem, you got a body problem. You got a bone problem, you got a body problem. You got a muscle problem, you got a body problem. All health issues are about the entire body. And this, in a nutshell, is why the reductionistic medical model that tries to isolate individual parts is a complete failure. This is why modern medicine is a failure. It gets an F. F minus. Tell that to your doctor. F minus. Failure. And it's not the person. It's not the doctor. It's the model. The model is based on a reductionistic philosophy that presumes that the body's parts can be isolated. This is a vestige of 17th and 18th century thinking, that we could rip apart nature and find its secrets, that somehow we could We could isolate the skin or the bone or the nerves and just treat that part and not have any problems with any of the rest of the body. We just treat the bone, and we don't have to worry about the effects of our treatments on the liver or on the digestive system. We can just treat the skin with antibiotics, and we don't have to worry about it having any effect on any other part of the body because, of course, the skin is separate from the rest of the body. We're just treating the skin. This is why medicine doesn't work. This is why doctoring throughout history has had such an unsavory reputation. Alexander the Great, 3 centuries or 2 centuries before Christ, he complained that he was dying at the hands of too many doctors who ultimately, eventually killed him. This has been the story of medicine. In the case of acne, we've been talking about this now for a couple of days, couple of weeks probably. In case of acne, troublesome skin issue, doesn't seem like it would be a big problem, but it is. It's a psychologically debilitating, or can be psychologically debilitating, and it's a body problem. It involves the entire system. Acne affects hundreds of millions of people in this country alone, and it's a disease of Western civilization. Read that as lifestyle. And while the medical model, the dermatologists want us to believe that because they don't know what they're doing, we're just doomed. We have to get acne. That's just the way it is. This is the standard dermatologist position. Acne is inevitable. Acne is an incurable skin disease. The medical geniuses at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center, writing last June on the website Science Daily, quote, "There's no way to prevent acne, there's no cure," unquote. How interesting. Instead of saying, we don't know what the heck acne is, they say, you have to have it, it's incurable. Well, I'm telling you folks, as somebody who's been in the skincare business, the skin health business for 30 plus years, since almost 30 years, and I've worked with hundreds, maybe thousands of patients who've had acne, it can disappear completely, never to return. If any healthcare professional tells you they can't, acne is incurable, or worse, if they tell you diet has nothing to do with it, tell them to go back to Biochemistry 101. Diet has everything to do with acne, either causally or by setting up the context through toxicity for acne. Either way you look at it, digestive system and foods, always first. The first point of the triangle of disease, no matter what the heck you're dealing with. The reason the medical model takes this approach is because it's focusing on the end result, the structure, the tissue, the stuff. Remember, the body's made up of stuff and things that make the stuff. That's 2 parts to the body. How simple can it be? You got the things that make the stuff and the stuff. Call them cells and tissue. That's the technical term. But I call it, you can think of it anyway, as the stuff and the things that make the stuff. The cells and the tissue. Raisins and bread. Body's built up like raisin bread. You got cells, and then you got the stuff the cells make. Period. That's it. Medicine, guess what? Medicine focuses on the bread. It's too late there. The bread's already done. The cat is out of the bag. The cow has left the barn. Of course medicine's going to be a failure. At the cell level, this is where our power is. Oh, and why doesn't your doctor tell you this? Because they can't do anything at the cell level. At the cell level, it is God through us. It is the divine force through our choices at the cell level. There's 3 components to the disease process. You've got the cells, you got the stuff the cells make, call it tissue, and then you got the blood. This is the 3 points of disease. The cells, the blood, and the tissue. And these 3 aspects, by the way, are examples or symbolic of a fundamental trinity. A fundamental triad. You have dynamism and movement, you've got permanence and solidity, and then you have a cross between the 2. You've got dynamism, which is things moving around, you got permanence and solidity, which is things not moving around, and then you have this kind of blend of the 2. You can think of it like rhythm, or you can think of it as life itself. By the way, in religion, this trinity is called the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. The Father represents permanence. The Holy Ghost represents dynamism and movement, and the Son is a cross, no pun intended, the Son is a cross between the 2. And in Eastern philosophy, you have the same, Eastern religion or Eastern philosophy, you have the same 3 elements. You've got a solidity element, you've got a dynamic element, and you've got a rhythmic element. In physics, you've got the same 3 elements. You've got organization, you've got movement, and you have disorganization. This basic trinity is reflected in the body as the structure, the tissue, that represents the permanence, and that includes chemistry, by the way. And then you have the cells, That represents the cross between dynamism and stagnation or solidity. And then you have the blood, which is the movement. What we call disease shows up in the tissue. It shows up in the tissue, but it follows the relationship between the cells and the blood. And that, friends, is the key to health and wellness. And I'll tell you what I mean when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this.
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
There's a man named Dr. Joel Wallach who is anything but your typical doctor, both a veterinarian and naturopathic physician. Doc asks, why does the United States spend more money on healthcare by far and still rank 50th in health and longevity worldwide? He believes that people should empower themselves with a basic understanding of nutrition, take charge of their health, and attain optimal health and longevity through nutrition, not by toxic prescription drugs that lead to side effects and more toxic prescription drugs. Doc Wallach's message is resonating with an increasing number of Americans who are waking up to all the big government, big pharma, and big insurance manipulation of our healthcare system. I'm George Norrie, and I like what Doc Wallach is saying and doing to enlighten people about health care. Visit brightsideben.com and listen to Doc Wallach's Deadly Recipes lecture. It makes a lot of sense, and I urge you to join the Brightside Ben team. Go to brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929. This is John Hubner, and that was me in 2007. And we all know what happened when the subprime credit bubble burst. By March 2009, the dollar lost 50% of its value. The entire U.S. banking system was on the verge of collapsing. Like all financial problems of the past, is history about to repeat itself? Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129, before it's too late to protect yourself. Will the oncoming catastrophe take all private IRAs, 401ks with it? There is a way to protect your hard-earned assets. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.
A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GCN. 844-236-6010.
All right, welcome back to The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on the archive pages at brightsideben.com and also benfuchsarchives.com. If you miss a program, got 4+ years, all up at brightsideben.com and benfuchsarchives.com. You can also check out my blog, criticalhealthnews.com and pharmacistben.com. We update them regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. Tomorrow we're going to be talking to Bill Aaron, who's written a really cool book. It's actually more of a picture book. It's got some good copy in it, though, too. It's called New Beginnings, and it's about 120 cancer survivors, and it tells their story in pictures as well as in copy. Bill is a cancer survivor himself, and very excited to talk to him about cancer, the emperor of all maladies, the sword of Damocles that hangs over all our heads. And unfortunately, more fortunately, cancer is something that doesn't have to happen. Cancer is the quintessential example of a blood and cell disease. All diseases really involve blood and cells. Blood and cells. This is so cool because while the doctor can't help us clean our blood, we don't need a doctor. We can do it ourselves. All disease is cell disease. We've said that so many times in this program. And all cell disease is initiated by dirty blood. This is why the digestive system is so important. This is why we hit digestive health so hard on this program. This is why every time somebody calls me or calls on this radio program or calls me on the phone in person or emails me or contacts me somehow, and we talk about health and health challenges and health issues, the first thing I always say is got to get to the source of the digestive distress. And we've talked how the digestive health problems begin very early, sometimes in the womb, oftentimes at birth or shortly thereafter. And when I say digestive problems begin, what I'm really talking about is the blood starts to become dirty very, very early. Now, this is horrible because it means that for many of us, if we're in our 40s or 50s and all of a sudden degenerative disease shows up, autoimmune problems or cancer, God forbid, it means that for 4 decades or 5 decades, our blood has been consistently enmeshed or saturated in waste. What do you think is going to happen over time? Of course, over time, the body's going to start to break down. The cells are going to start to become sick. And then we go to the doctor. What's the doctor going to do? He's going to lower your cholesterol scores. Great. We have no more heart disease because everybody's got low cholesterol. Or he's going to give you a poison medicine to force your body to process sugar differently. This is idiotic, beyond belief idiotic. Now, I know it's a vestige of a time when we didn't really understand the body, but that's not an excuse. We understand the body plenty now. All disease is cell disease, and all cell disease is dirty blood, is initiated by dirty blood. The good news, we have control over our blood. The good news, we have control over what gets into our blood and ultimately how a cell responds by what we eat and by the health of our digestive system. Also, controlling blood sugar is important because sugar is one of the quintessential blood toxins. Yeah, you need a little bit of sugar, a small amount of sugar, and the body can handle a small amount of sugar. If you're healthy at any given moment, you got maybe a teaspoon of sugar in your blood. A teaspoon. Drink a Coke, you got 12 teaspoons in there. And it goes pretty much right into the blood. If you have a bowl of cereal and you put some sugar on top of it, and then you have a glass of orange juice and a muffin, can you imagine how much sugar that represents? Can you imagine how much sugar that represents for a little kid whose digestive system is still developing? The medical model, the drug model, the surgical model, the radiation model, I think I covered all the doctor's tools, drugs and surgery and radiation. They work at the tissue level, at the structure level, at the stagnant level, at the dead level, really. The end. And at this level, there's nothing you can do. You can just hide symptoms. So you can just mask symptoms. You can maybe modify test scores, and you can radiate organs and remove the organs. You can ablate. I love that word. You can ablate, which means to poison or to destroy. You can ablate the heart, or you can ablate the thyroid. But as long as the blood is dirty, the cells will be sick, dis-ease will be inevitable. And the medical ignorance, this general medical ignorance, is specifically demonstrated in terms of how we handle the skin. Dermatology is the quintessential example of medical ignorance. It's the quintessential example of treating the tissue, of treating the end result. and of ignoring the cells. And it's why, for the most part, skin diseases are treated the same way today that they were treated 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, even millennia. There's a queen, there was a Egyptian queen, Hashupitat, I think, I forgot how she says her name, from thousands of years ago. They found a little vial of eczema cream in her tomb. I was just reading this yesterday, trying to find the article here during our next break. And guess what was in the eczema cream tube or jar, vial? Coal tar, pretty much the same remedy that doctors use today. Some of them have gotten away from it, but as recently as 20 years ago, I was making coal tar cream in my compounding pharmacy for eczema and psoriasis. Why? Coal tar kills things. And if you kill things, you presumably are going to kill cells and kill immune cells, and you won't have your inflammation. That's the logic of using coal tar and coal tar preparations. Hashupitat, Queen Hashupitat, she used coal tar 3,000 years ago. We're still doing it today. Oh, we call them steroids. We call them a little bit, maybe it's a little bit more high-tech. Same concept. A classic example of a poison is isotretinoin. That was available for many years under the brand name Accutane. Can't get Accutane anymore. Roche stopped making it. They said because now you can get generics, but I don't believe that. Probably they got so many lawsuits they couldn't handle it anymore. You can still get other branded versions of Accutane, and you can get generic Accutane. It's a drug version of vitamin A, ISO, meaning similar to ISO vitamin A, and we've talked about how it poisons the vitamin A system of the body. No vitamin A, if the vitamin A system, processing system is poisoned, you're not going to have any oil secretions, you're not going to have any cell growth, and you're not going to have any acne. That's not a cure. That's poisoning it. It's poisoning the body. I don't consider that a cure. Your doctor considers it a cure. Acne blemishes require skin cell growth and oil sebum secretion. Poison the system, you won't have acne. It's not a cure. You've poisoned yourself. Most tragic aspect of Accutane, aside from the fact that it's really toxic stuff, is the fact that it's being used for a health challenge that's easy to treat. In fact, the easiest form of acne to treat is the kind of acne that you get Accutane for. It's called cystic acne, and it's really horrific. Google cystic acne images. It is just a horrible health issue. Most people don't have it really, really, really bad, but it can get really, really, really bad. And the tragic thing is about cystic acne, it shows up on the back and on the chest, all the way down the legs, into the groin, into the butt. The tragic thing about using Accutane for this cystic acne is that cystic acne is easy to treat. This is one of the most inspiring and reassuring points about the body in general and about the skin in specific. And it's why I call it the bright side philosophy, the good news. The sicker we are, the faster we turn things around. The more weight we need to lose, the faster the pounds come off. In the case of the skin, the worse our acne is, the easier it is to improve. And this is especially the case of acne that covers large areas of the body, the back and the chest, all the way down into the leg area. Now, we've been talking about internal strategies, using vitamin A. We're going to talk later on about using zinc. But there's a lot of things you can do topically, a lot. And that's one of the neat things about the skin is we can address skin health issues, if we do it correctly anyway, we can address it from two directions using topical nutrition like we use internal nutrition. All right, let's say a few more things, and we'll get to your calls when we come back from our break.
Now you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins, but did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know BidBit.co. Why? Because BidBit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at BidBit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at BidBit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co, BidBit.co.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R-value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866. This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Heart and Body Extract continues to receive positive testimonials from people who have experienced amazing results, like Reed.
I just wanted to send you a quick but a very big thank you for Heart and Body Extract. I've been on the formula for nearly a month now, and the improvement in the circulation of my legs has been simply amazing.
Reed was facing a tough choice.
I was facing surgery due to the severity of the 100% blocked arteries in both my legs. And my decision, waiting for surgery, to say no and try Heart and Body Extract instead, has been thankfully the right decision.
And the result?
I can now walk up steps without noticeable pain.
Order Heart and Body Extract at 866-295-5305, 866-295-5305, or hbextract.com. Heart and Body Extract for a long and healthy life.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Okay, welcome back to The Bright Side. I am Pharmacist Ben. We're going to be talking about internal strategies for dealing with acne, but there's a lot of things you could do topically. Vitamin A is probably the most important. Well, vitamin A is the most important internal nutrient as well as topical nutrient. This should not be a surprise. Vitamin A is the ultimate skin vitamin. If you're interested in anti-aging, so many people are interested in anti-aging products, and I see commercials now. Christy Brinkley has got in on the act. Her friend Cindy Crawford's making billions of dollars, so she wanted to get in on the act. I actually had a movie star a couple of months ago. Somehow she got a hold of my Truth products, and she wanted to be the new Cindy Crawford. She wanted me to be on her infomercial and blah, 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 blah. Everybody wants to compete with Cindy Crawford, all the movie stars. They all want noticing Cindy and Dr. Savak with his melon extract. You don't need a melon extract. You don't need any extracts. You need nutrition, topical as well as internal. From a topical perspective, there's a heck of a lot you could do for acne, and vitamin A is the key player when it comes to topically treating blemishes. That's why they use Accutane. It's vitamin A, or drug vitamin A. But you don't need drug vitamin A. Plain old vitamin A is good enough internally as well as topically. There's 3 forms of vitamin A, as we said before. Retinoic acid is the go-to. It's the main force, Retin A, they call it, in its brand. Unfortunately, Retin A is an absolutely horrific formulation. It's got sodium lauryl sulfate and propylene glycol and surfactants and emulsifiers and waxes. And this is how skincare is done, folks. When you buy a skincare product, 99% of many skincare products, at least 80 to 90%, sometimes up as high as 95 or 99% of the product, isn't anything your skin wants or needs. Retin A is no different. Retin A is vitamin A cream, retinoic acid cream, and it is kind of irritating and kind of strong. It does work. You got to go to the doctor also. If you want to get the same effects as retinoic acid, you don't want to deal with Retin A, you don't want to deal with a doctor, get yourself on retinol, topical retinol. But you got to make sure you're getting enough of it. Most topical retinol products are going to have something like 0.1% retinol. That ain't going to cut it. 0.5% if you're lucky. Sometimes if medical spas are very proud of their retinols, and the drug companies that make these products are very proud of their products. They have up to 1% retinol. I'm sorry, that ain't going to cut it. Not for acne, not for anti-aging, maybe for a little bit of skin softening. You really need high doses of retinol, and I'll tell you about that tomorrow. We'll talk about retinol and how you can get high doses of retinol and what you need to look for with a topical retinol skincare product, whether you're using the retinol for acne or psoriasis, because it can be effective for psoriasis too, or just plain old skin health and anti-aging. We'll do that as we continue tomorrow, talking about skin health, acne, and anti-aging, and lots of things you could do. Lots of approaches to take to skin health. You don't have to have acne to want to take some of those approaches. We'll continue tomorrow. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Time to hit the phones. Let's go to Ohio and welcome Greg to The Bright Side. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, sir.
What's cooking? How you doing?
First-time caller.
Okay.
And I heard you on some of the little segments with George Norrie on Coast to Coast.
Oh, nice. I'll be on in a couple of days. Actually, tomorrow I'll be on George Norrie again. So that was only a month ago or 2 months ago. You only been listening for a couple months?
Yes, just recently.
What do you think?
And
give me a review. Am I simplifying health?
Have someone on there, not only with the information that George Norrie presents with some of his segments, but to have people like yourself on there that comes at it from a natural approach. There's nothing better.
I appreciate that.
People are overwhelmed with the pharmaceutical industry pushing their poisons on everyone, and they have a death knell towards anyone that is trying to do things in a naturopathic, holistic way.
Well
if
said.
They can shut the person down, they try to shut them down any way they can, and that I totally oppose to that. So I thank you for the way that you're trying to do things and trying to help people.
I appreciate that, and I'm going to go to my dying day, to my deathbed, screaming from the top of every roof. You don't need the medical model. We can take care of our health ourselves. So what's cooking? How can we help you today, Greg?
Well, there's a close friend of mine, his daughter, she's around 30, 31, somewhere in there, but she's in the hospital, double pneumonia. They've got her intubated and helping her to breathe, and they're trying to bring up the fluids that are down in both lungs, but it's double pneumonia.
All right,
and,
both lungs. For the listeners, that means both lungs.
Right, we're praying for her, but we also need to find out what would be helpful once she gets past this severe point and she's on the way to better recovery? What would be some ideas to try to help her heal the lungs? There's going to be scarring in there from the pneumonia, and to try to prevent this from happening again.
Lots you could do. First of all, pneumonia only shows up in a body that's impaired, unless it was something contagious, I suppose. If she was, she was around somebody who also had pneumonia. But usually it only occurs in older folks or people who are somehow impaired. So we want to figure out why she's impaired, and the best way to do that is to backtrack to what I call, and you're a new listener, so you may not have heard me say this, but I call it the triangle of disease. These are the 3 points that are fundamental to the disease process. After these 3 points are hit, that's where all the so-called 12,800 different diseases, according to the World Health Organization, occur. Digestive system, point 1, blood sugar system, point 2, and what I call the adrenal thyroid complex, point 3. This is the triangle of disease, and following the adrenal thyroid connection, that's where all disease comes from. So we want to work backwards. So for starting with the digestive system, when she comes back from the hospital, you want to pay very close attention to digestive symptomology. She's probably on antibiotics, and that's going to mess up her digestive system. So you want to get her on the Biolumin Nightly Essence and make sure she's using fermented foods. So we restore gut bacterial population. This is the fundamental. If you had to pick one place where all disease comes from, it's the microbiome, which is the universe of bacteria that live in our guts. Chlorinated water, fluoridated water, antibiotics in fish and meat and dairy, antibiotics that we take intentionally. All of these conspire to kill off these bacteria. Preservatives in foods. All of these conspire to kill these bacteria off, and that's where that first point really kicks in. So making sure she's eating fermented food, veggie juices, fiber. These are all, they call them prebiotics. Fiber is a prebiotic. It sets the environment or provides a hospitable environment for good bacteria, in addition to making sure she's eating bacteria via fermented foods and probiotics. Next thing you want to do is, if she's got any kind of food intolerances or food allergies, those kinds of foods need to be eliminated. Gluten is a big problem, and grains in general, and flour and processed foods. Dairy can be a problem for some folks. Eggs can be a problem for some folks. Legumes, beans, peas for other people. Whatever her problem foods are, those need to be eliminated, because that will put an additional stress on the immune system. Then you want to make sure her blood sugar is stable. Get on the Sweeties and the Healthy Start Pack. Sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Make sure she's keeping her blood sugar from spiking, going up and down. When blood sugar goes down, the immune system becomes compromised. When blood sugar goes up, the immune system becomes compromised. So just keeping the blood sugar stable is going to be important. And then last but most certainly not least is oxygenation and calming the body down. Have her practicing deep breathing techniques and relaxation techniques, hot tubs, massages, etc. And then there's some specific nutrients you can use for the lungs. Vitamin E, 400 international units a day. N-acetylcysteine, very important for the lungs. It's actually medicine, and N-acetylcysteine. Hang tight, got a couple more things to say, and then we'll get to some more phone calls as well. Don't go away, Greg.
For health and vitality for you, your family, and friends, get the Healthy Start Pack from Longevity, as recommended by registered pharmacist Ben Fuchs.
If you're a junk food junkie, getting on the Healthy Start Pack is one of the best ways to wean yourself off of processed snack foods and start putting good nutrition in your body. If you have a loved one who's dealing with heart disease or any health challenge, the Healthy Start Pack makes a great gift. If you have a grandparent or a parent in a nursing home, you will be amazed at the difference a once-a-day dose of the Healthy Start Pack will make in your loved one's energy levels, in their memory, in their mood, and in their general outlook on life.
Give the gift of optimal health to your loved ones and order the Healthy Start Pack from Longevity by calling 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or on the web at brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. Order today.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Gemstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R-value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Gemstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
If you constantly feel run down and tired, your pH level might be low and your body could be full of toxins. If what you drink is not at a pH level of 8 or higher, you are inviting bacteria and acid to thrive in your body. But there is something you can do. Simply add 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops to your water to help your body rid itself of acidic waste, increase oxygen, and raise your pH balance to optimum levels. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops combine a unique formula of the most alkaline minerals in the world, alkalizing the water you drink, ridding your body of acidic waste and toxins, and helping you regain energy and vibrant health. And studies show viruses, bacteria, and toxins cannot survive in an alkaline, high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops at alkavision.com. That's ALKA Vision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
The nation's largest independently owned and operated talk radio network. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
Okay, welcome back to the bright side, and welcome back, Greg from Ohio, double pneumonia, number one. Greg, you there, my man?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, so get your friend straightened up at the digestive system level using probiotics. The Biolumin Nightly Essence is my favorite probiotic, as well as fermented foods. That'll get her fiber and also her phytonutrients. You also want to make sure she's stabilizing her blood sugar. I forgot to mention coconut oil and protein, both of which can help the immune system. To have her doing a teaspoon of coconut oil every day, make sure she's got a good source of protein that she's not reacting to. Whey is the best, but some folks react to that. And then stabilize the blood sugar with the Sweeties and the Healthy Start Pack, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, etc. Electrolytes and the B vitamins, very important for energy as well as for blood sugar. And then calm the body down with oxygen, as well as deep breathing techniques, hot tubs, massages, therapeutic touch, Reiki, yoga, anything to calm the body down. The body heals when it's calm. It's called the parasympathetic nervous system, and that's what regulates both relaxation and healing. So anything she could do to calm the body down. I didn't tell you about spiritual, mental, emotional. That goes without saying. But in the interest of time, there's some specific nutrients for the lungs. Vitamin E, 400 international units a day. High doses of vitamin C. By that I mean 2,000 to 3,000 milligrams a day. You'll get some in the Healthy Start Pack. But additionally, extra vitamin C can help. Let's see. Selenium, the ultimate selenium is important. And then something called N-acetylcysteine, or NAC for short, maybe 400 to 500 milligrams a day. And then if you want to do a couple more things, get her on some alpha lipoic acid, 400 milligrams a day, and coenzyme Q10. Look for the oil-soluble form, maybe 200 milligrams a day. That can be helpful for the lungs. Anything else?
Yes,
Great.
could you please give numbers where you can call to get these different types of supplements?
Absolutely. Call 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Tell them you spoke to me on the radio, and they can help you through all of that. And then if you shoot me an email, ben@ksco.com. I do get tons of emails, so make sure you put in there in the heading or something that you spoke to me on the radio, and put your phone number in there, and I'll get back to you. All right, I got to move on, Greg. Thank you so much for your kind words, and thank you for your call. Keep listening, because we keep the information coming on the bright side. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, Truth Raider, what's up, man? How you doing, Carl?
Well, good morning, Ben. I'm just trying to restore homeostasis, as they call it.
Okay.
Everything is about the cells, and I'm getting that.
All right.
The skin, the eyes, the digestive system, the whole body, everything.
Yeah.
There's something very interesting I discovered. I'm having difficulty with my eyes. I'm having redness issues, but there's something also I noticed. I took a very close-up selfie with my cell phone camera, and the resolution came out pretty good, very, very detailed, on the inner part of the eye, the cornea and the coloring of the eye. What's going on is I noticed that I'm losing pigment.
Okay.
I've been away from a sunny, warm climate for 4 years. I left California 4 years ago, and I noticed something. I wonder if you're not in the sun for a long, extended period of time, do you lose the pigment in your eyes?
If you're in the sun, you don't lose the pigment, but the pigment becomes damaged. It's called macular degeneration, and that happens a lot. Now, the pigment is constantly being restored, and by the way, a lot of that pigment comes from vegetables and comes from the digestive system. So, the body's always breaking down. That's not a problem. Under ordinary circumstances, the breakdown initiates build-up. This is how the body works. Breakdown precedes build-up. That's why we exercise. Break down the muscles, they build up. The problem is when we don't have the raw materials to build up, or we've got excessive breakdown. That's called aging, and that's called disease, ultimately. So what you want to do when you have eye problems, and the tissue in the eyes turns over very rapidly because it's subject to so much regular damage, regular attack, photonic energy. So it's designed to constantly regenerate. Most important thing to do is to eliminate anything from getting into the body that slows down the healing process. Sugar is the big enemy, and there's a very good reason why diabetes and eye disease go hand in hand. It's the leading cause of blindness. Sugar is the number one toxin that we got to worry about when it comes to eye health. So keeping your sugar down. Look, there's no need for sugar. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to be a food Nazi about sugar, but the fact is, it's disease promoting. It's not in the human body's interest after you get a tiny little bit. So keeping sugar intake down, that means processed food in addition to sweets, is very important. And then using sugar processing nutrients can be very helpful for eye health as well. And that means chromium, vanadium, magnesium, and the B vitamins, vitamin A and zinc. And by the way, vitamin A and zinc have a especially relevant role to play in eye health. So making sure you're doing the Mighty 90 essential nutrients, keeping your sugar intake down is very important. Also, a couple other nutrients that are important for the eyes, selenium and vitamin C and vitamin E. And last but most certainly not least, when it comes to eye health, are the pigments, the reds and the oranges and the yellows and the greens. All the things that are so pretty to look at are also very important for eye health, but they're in the fatty compartment of the fruit and the vegetable. These phytonutrients, these pigments, are located in the fatty compartment of the corn and the fatty compartment of the peels and the blueberries and the strawberries, the fatty compartment of the fucoid and the seaweed, the algae. So you got to make sure you're digesting your fats. That means using digestive enzymes and apple cider vinegar after all your meals, using probiotics, which also help you process fats. And here's a really important trick for if you want to access these phytonutrients for eye health and for skin health, because they're also going to protect your skin from burning. So they're anti-photo damage. The same pigments that are important for eye health are anti-photo damage for people who are just concerned about wrinkles or getting older. You got to mix your veggies with oil. And then you want to apply a slight amount of heat, and that will pull the phytonutrients, the pigments, out of the Brussels sprouts, out of the onion, out of the eggplant, or whatever your veggie is that you're using. If you mix it with a little vegetable, a little oil, and apply a little tiny bit of heat, and by oil I'm talking butter and coconut oil. You want a nice stable oil. And then the phytonutrients will leak out of the vegetable into the oil and make it easier for your body to access. And by the way, if you have a gallbladder removed or a gallbladder problem or any intestinal disease, this is a must-do strategy if you're worried worried about eye health, or if you find your skin burning more readily and you're concerned about photo damage. Mixing your veggies with a little coconut oil and butter and applying a very slight amount of heat. Truth Raider, tell the listeners about our talk next week real quick, and then I want to...
Yes, Ben.
Where's it going to be?
Okay, 1 week from today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be meeting at the Hollywood District, Multnomah County Library. Write this down. The Hollywood District area of Portland, Oregon, the Multnomah County Library, which is right off of the 84 and 30 freeway. It's located at 4040 Northeast Tillamook Street, and it's going to be at 6 between. You want to get there early because it's going to be a quick talk. They only have this limited amount of time at the library, from 6:30 to 7:45. 1 week from today, 4/29/15. That's April the 29th, 2015. Mark that down on your calendars. Put that on your iPhones or tablets or whatever. But it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be called "Your Health Hidden in Plain Sight" with pharmacist Ben Fuchs as the speaker.
Thank you, Truth Raider. Have a great day, buddy. Talk to you soon,
buddy.
man. All right, that's my friend Carl. And if you're in Portland, come on out next Wednesday, April the 29th, and that it's at 6:30 p.m. Bob in Texas, welcome to the bright side. What's up, buddy?
Thank you, sir. First-time listener, first-time caller. A good friend of mine, Regina Bergia, that's fighting fluoride in Dallas, told me about you last night.
Oh, nice.
And I'm very... I've got arthritis really bad in my left wrist.
Okay.
Second flare, a year and a half. I started a 60-day juice fast. Ended that today. A week into my juice fast, I had a major flare-up.
What kind of juice were you using? What kind of juice were you using, Bob?
I'm juicing at home. In the morning, I was doing fruit juices with grapefruit, lemon, oranges and carrots, and then I don't know if you know about mean green. I do a lot of that, and then I'm doing some variations here and there, but a lot of mean green. And
mean greens, all of that is good. You may be getting a little bit too much sugar. Listen, we're going to run out of time. I only got about a minute, so I'm just going to tell you a couple things real quickly, and then if you can call back tomorrow, that would be helpful, and I'll get you some more information. Arthritis, the most important part about arthritis is the itis. That means inflammation. Inflammation means immunity. Immunity means defense. Defense means offense. Something's getting into your body that's offending it. It's activating the defensive response, which is the immune response that's showing up as inflammation and itis. Your job, Bob, is to figure out what's getting into your body that's causing this inflammatory defensive response, and it's almost always going to involve food. In addition to this, or parallel to this strategy, you're going to want to start to build up the joints and maybe provide some anti-inflammatory nutrients as well. There's so much here, but nobody has to have arthritis, Bob, especially not after 60 days. It should be, if not completely gone, it should be dramatically improved. I hope you can call me back tomorrow, because I'd love to spend some time with you. We're just out of time. Thanks for listening, friends. I'm Pharmacist Ben. God bless you all. Have yourselves a wonderful, spectacular, beautiful day. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Bye for now.
Who has over 65 seed varieties of 34 different vegetables?
Down to Earth.
Who has over 63,000 seeds packaged to last 50 years?
Down to Earth.
Whose seeds can be frozen to maintain germination?
Down to Earth seeds. No hybrids, no GMOs, just proven old-time seed varieties grown all over the country by our grandparents. Our kids have the best variety and the largest quantities of vegetable seed for the best price. Get your food security now at downtoearthseeds.com or call 870-427-3039.
Want to listen to your favorite GCN hosts and programs without a radio signal or internet? Just call 605-562-4213. Get instant access to all GCN live feeds right on your phone, anywhere you want, anytime you want. 605-562-4213. It's our way of ensuring everyone has the opportunity to enjoy GCN. 605-562-4213. The future of talk radio. GCN.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a Wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Walland Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Walland Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall and Associates, 1-800-425-4610.